Ji, Assalamu alaikum. This is Hashim Barak. I welcome you all to the fifth special interest group session on cloud technologies. Today we are going to have Dr. Hassan Jamil share with us on the topic of OpenStack and private cloud. Dr. Hassan Jamil is teaching at FAST University Karachi campus, and he has graciously offered to share this topic with the audience here on the SIG platform. This is fifth in the series of the sessions that we had, and this prior to this one we had cloud group meet on AWS offerings. We had sessions on the offerings on AWS Educate Initiative. We had sessions on IBM's cloud offerings and similar other topics. If any one of you would like to, especially those of you who are joining us for the first time, if you would like to go back and listen to those sessions, the recordings are available on our website as well as the YouTube channel. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Hassan Jamil. Ji, assalamu alaikum, Dr.
Walaikum
Hassan.
assalam. Walaikum assalam. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can hear you and we can see you.
Okay, thank you.
कैसे हैं आप, ठीक हैं?
जी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मैं ठीक हूँ. Thank you.
So I was just explaining to the participants, specifically जो नए लोग हैं हमारे साथ, we do have a question and answer session at the end of Dr. Hassan's talk. So if you have any queries, please make use of that time slot to share with Dr. Hassan your queries as well as your feedback and comments, if any. Also, after this session, we'll be making the slide deck, if any, and the recordings available on our website and YouTube channel, both. So normally we do have Dr. Arshad joining us, where he sort of opens up the floor for with his comments, but वो आज busy हैं थोड़े, so we'll skip his part and we'll start with Dr. Hassan Jamil. Dr. Over to you.
Okay. So this is just a basic introduction about the OpenStack. So before we go about what is OpenStack, I just show you a simple architecture. So this is an architecture which can give you a little idea that what we can have on OpenStack. So suppose we can have bare metals, we can have virtual machines, we can have containers, and like other cloud providers like object storage, file storage, and block storage. All these functionalities we can have on OpenStack. So this is a broad map of OpenStack which shows us some, not some, a lot of things. So don't be confused. It's just a overview about this. So Horizon is a web-based front end, you might say API, and using Horizon, we can, access. I will show the Horizon web interface as well if I find time. Then the Nova is a compute service which boots the virtual machines, Zune for the containers, and for object storage, Swift for block storage, Cinder for file storage, Manila. All these are projects, and all these projects are supported by the OpenStack open source community. So continuously developing community, and all these projects are continuously developing. Neutron is for the network service, which also support the SDN, software defined network. Octavia is for load balancing, and for DNS designate is for the domain name services, same as for the hardware lifestyle site, like suppose Ironic, and CyberRock. All these services are the part of these all are the components, you might say, of the OpenStack. So Keystone for the identity services. Glance is image service which keep all the images, like suppose you want to boot your virtual machine using Ubuntu or Cyrus or whatever operating system, so you create the images for that. So this is just a big picture of this OpenStack. So now formal introduction. OpenStack system consists of several key services that are separately installed. The services work together depending on your cloud needs, including compute. Some people might mix with the EC2. EC2 is an instance, virtual machine, but compute node, compute service is whole, architectural compute. So identity, networking, image, all these services. For our orchestration, they also provide services in OpenStack. So if you want to start with the OpenStack, so you can just start with the basic installation. I will show a little bit in the next slides something about the basic infrastructure of OpenStack. So what OpenStack provides? OpenStack provides the infrastructure as a service. You can install all these services, and there are APIs available and all these. Again, it depends on your need. I will try to cover some of the use cases of OpenStack, how people are using OpenStack. So next, we coming to the. I just gone through quickly. Now we are coming to the OpenStack current trends and deployment. So this is whatever I am presenting you. I have collected that data from the OpenStack websites and OpenStack YouTube channels, and this is nothing from me. This just I have gathered that data for you. So some of the famous companies using OpenStack, like suppose Comcast, PayPal, Walmart, Volkswagen, Sun, LexisNexis, AT&T, China Mobile, or the UK Her Majesty's Revenue Department. All these companies are a lot of telcos. They are using OpenStack. So this is a slide from the OpenStack Summit. Volkswagen, these two people, Holger and Tillman, they presented their work, how OpenStack is used by the Volkswagen. So you might or you must be familiar with the Volkswagen Group. If not directly, then you must know about these logos and all these big names like Audi, Bentley, Bugatti, Ducati, Lamborghini, Porsche, Seat, Scania, Skoda. These all part of the Volkswagen Group. Volkswagen Group employs 600,000 people for their production facilities, and it's all over the globe distributed group. So all these just intro of this company. So how they are using? I'm just giving you a flavor. I cannot go in details or technical details. So they are actually using OpenStack as for their hybrid cloud for their company production all over the world. Their offices, their staff, they are using their hybrid cloud. So OpenStack is the part of this. If anyone interested, they can just search this title, OpenStack and cars, the OpenStack journey of the Volkswagen Group. You can find this presentation on Google, YouTube, and also these slides available online. So next, Comcast. Comcast is also a very big company. You might know about NBC. So they provide high-speed internet, telephony, video, security solutions, all these things. So they also using the OpenStack. So Comcast used the OpenStack for a wide range of purposes, from developing new apps, services, and production, such as recently they launched Xfinity Share app, and operating millions of their customers, they are using it. So using Comcast Elastic Compute powered by the OpenStack. So they are running their compute service as well using OpenStack. Another example of Atmail. Atmail is again a very big group, but most of the people don't know from the face, because majority of companies, they are using Atmail. Some of them they do not disclose. Like suppose some of our, if I give you example of FAST, so we are using the Gmail for our email solution. So we do have our own domain like nu.edu.pk, but It's hosted on the Gmail, so everyone knows it's on Gmail. But Atmail provide a seamless solution for, so all these known companies are a lot of known, and you might don't know the name of the companies they are using Atmail at their backend. So Atmail, I'm again not going in details because I only got 25 minutes. So I want to show something more as well. So this is just a flavor that how people are using. So they used to have old architecture. They replaced it with the OpenStack new architecture, and they got a lot of benefits of it. If you are interested, again, this is also available on YouTube, and I have provided this link as well. So you can go and see their journey. Again, another example from telco. So Swiss Telecom is a big name in Europe. So they started to launch their different services, and then they virtualized their head end. Head end is sort of the uh, some of you might be, or many of you might be familiar with the history of HD television, and then here comes the new UHD, ultra high definition. So they provide ultra high definition set of boxes, and they claim that zero losses, means no packet loss, zero packet loss, their claim is. So if again interested, then you can go and see the history of this. All video is available, how they deployed it and how they are using of make use of it. So this is a special feature which most of the telcos use for OpenStack. It's called NVF, network function virtualization. So a lot of telecom companies using OpenStack for that purpose. Then come an example of the academia, the road to OpenStack at one of UK's largest academic private cloud, University of Edinburgh. So many of you belongs to the academia, they must know the University of Edinburgh. It's a very old and prestigious university in the UK and in Scotland. So how they are using, their objective was to provide flexible infrastructure of compute, storage, and network services for research. So they actually using for research and for their HR services as well. So OpenStack providing them self-service provision computing infrastructure. They're using compute, storage, networking, application portfolio. So for all these purposes, they are using OpenStack. They also using it for their research purpose with the CERN. You must know the CERN. So also they are using it for the data science workload, Hadoop and Spark. They are using OpenStack for these services as well. Again, this is also from the OpenStack summit. So this, if you search this, the road to OpenStack at UK's largest academic private cloud, you will find this YouTube video, and these slides also available. So I just skip few slides and we come to another big example use case of the OpenStack. Massachusetts Open Cloud, this is a huge, I would say, the private cloud which is deployed for the academic and research purposes. So you must know all these, MIT, UMass, Boston University, and all these, industrial big names, Red Hat, EMC Square, MathWorks, MATLAB. So they all combine with this Massachusetts Open Cloud. So this is also a OpenStack based cloud. All these Canonical and Juniper, they also support this cloud. So if you are interested in research, so you can go on their website and you find a lot of research papers and research work going on using this cloud. Then I have tried to include some open source, private cloud examples. So if you are interested, again, so you can go to openstack.org and you can click on the passport. This link, you will find the many cloud provider which are supported by the OpenStack. So you will come with this sort of map and you will find this how many clouds are deployed, OpenStack based public cloud are where, and so you can select these, let me show you if I could change the sharing. Uh, Stop sharing and then let me share again. Is it again the slide sharing or my browser? Can you see
We
my
see the PowerPoint.
PowerPoint? Sorry. Let me try again. Sorry about this because I usually use the Google Meet and Zoom. So let me try
No
again.
problem. Take your time, please.
Is there any option I can share the complete browser? Like Chrome.
Yes. If you click on the share content button, so there is a pop-up, the slide out from the bottom.
I
we
think
can see your browser.
it's available, visible, right?
Yes.
So let's see this link. So when you go to the openstack.org and passport, so you will find all this map, and under this you find these are the public clouds deployed on the OpenStack, like suppose OVH public cloud or Open Telcom cloud and all these, etc. Yeah, and even you find some of clouds, they are deployed in our regions, like suppose if you click to the providers, so there are some cloud deployed in, there was another link, I'm missing it, marketplace, yes. In marketplace, if you go to the public cloud, so you will find a list, and in that list, you can explore, like suppose there are some companies deployed in UAE, they have public cloud deployed using City Network. This is a public cloud using OpenStack. Another, I think, two or three Saudi companies, they have launched OpenStack based cloud, like suppose this Saudi Telecom STC and Blue Vault, they are using OpenStack cloud. In Singapore, there are some companies all over the world, so you can go and explore anytime. So next, we come a little bit about the OpenStack community. So I just show you from the browser again. So little history about the OpenStack Foundation. OpenStack Foundation, they started working and they developed this project. But then in 2020, they changed the name to Open Infra or Open Infrastructure Foundation. So you can go to the openinfra.dev and you can find many things about, like suppose companies. So you can see these are all the platinum members: AT&T, Ericsson, Facebook, Fiber Home, Huawei, Red Hat. They support OpenStack project. Under this, OpenStack Foundation, there are many projects. One of them is the OpenStack, but OpenStack is the largest project they have. So all these gold members, and you can see the all big names here again, and then more in silver members, you can find many more names. So these are the infrastructure donors, Rackspace and all others. So after that, I think about how many minutes I have already gone through? About 20 minutes, I think. I try to show you a little bit about the demo as well. So first I show you the this is Horizon. I told you about Horizon. Horizon is a dashboard, and this is the GUI mode, I would say, for this using this cloud management. So suppose I log in it. It's still visible, right? The browser is still visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So if you have used some other cloud services like the AWS or IBM Cloud or uh, Microsoft Cloud, so this sort of thing you would say that there is a project, and in your project you have multiple services. So like suppose this is a demo project. So under the demo project, this is the availability of instances compute service. It's showing me that one of the instance is launched out of 10. Virtual CPUs allowed for this project is 20. This is the RAM and all these. Right. So let me clear one thing, that this is just a demo cloud at our city campus, because our main campus closes at 4 o'clock. So the another cloud which is deployed in the main campus, it's shut down. Right now we just shut down it, but we are trying to working on it with to put it on 24 hours. So this is City Campus Cloud is just a basic cloud with two nodes. One is a controller node and other is a compute node. So I have already launched one of the instance, which is basically a seed Ubuntu image, which I downloaded from the internet. If any of you have worked with the Seed Labs, so this is the exact image of Seed Labs. So you can see this instance I have open in different tabs. So you can go from this, you will click on the instance, and then you will find the console, and then you click on the console, and that separate window will appear, and this is the instance which is running on it. So we can launch an instance from this dashboard as well. When I say instance, it means just a virtual machine. So I'm launching a virtual machine. So for launching an instance, it will ask all the details. Suppose I just put SJ1, and then in the sources, it will be showing me all the the images available. Like suppose we have the Seed Ubuntu image, Fedora image, Ubuntu server, Cyrus, all these images. So like suppose we launch an instance on Fedora image, and then we select the flavor. So flavor is like just you provide the resources, what resources you provide for that image. This is called the flavor. So suppose this M1 medium has 1 GB RAM, 10 GB of hard disk. So we can select this. So after that, we need to select the network. So in OpenStack, we have many options. So we have already created a self-service network, which is a virtual private network. And also we have the provider network, which is actually the infrastructure provided by the university. So I just select the self-service network. And then further, in configuration, we need to, because this is Ubuntu image I downloaded from the Ubuntu website. So this image come with the default login. So to log in this image, we need to change the password. So in configuration, we just run a cloud init, a small script for the. Let me see that script where I have. So you just write down this configuration like password, my wd, this is the password, and change password on to not expire. So when I launch that instance, so they automatically it will insert this password for that instance. So that image comes with the default login password. So let's see instance launching, and because this instance is also GUI mode, this Fedora image. So I have just launched it on the M1 medium.10. It might fail if this not support. So, but it seems that it's going okay. You can see the IP address is appearing and it's saying it's spawning. So meanwhile it's spawning, I just show you some more, the features. So in image portion, in image, we can see all the images launched here. Like suppose Cyrus, Fedora Fedora GUI. Oh, sorry, I just launched the Fedora with the basic, command line. So it might be okay in a few minutes. It's taking time because these are just basic, machines. So also Ubuntu server, all these images available. Like again, you can see the network topology from this, horizon. So this is just basic, this provider network and this is self-service network. I just created two machines, one in front of you and one already created. So this is showing just graph and all this, how it is working. So this basic, and then routers, and actually it is for this specific project. So I have already created all these routers and all these networks. So because of short of time, just showing you the entry about your project. This is the demo project. So I just show you one more thing and then we will finish and come to the one more thing I need to add about the academic use of this, how we used it and how what sort of experiment we can do a little bit. I conclude in few minutes, just show you an admin view. So from admin login, I will be able to see all these projects as well, whatever projects I have created and whatever resources they have been allocated. So all this is available from the admin login. So again, as I said that this is very basic machines. So I have already launched this GUI mode virtual VM, and then another. It's taking a little bit time. Okay, meanwhile, I just show you one more thing when it's completes. Yes. So you can see on the left side now, this one tab is for the project. So this is the project of admin. Suppose if I would have launched some images from admin, so it would show me these projects. And then another tab for the admin. So for admin, I can have overview of complete cloud, whatever users. So suppose these are all users we have created. Many users are using different resources. All we have about the hypervisor, about instances. All these details are available here. Networks, how many networks are created. So suppose this cloud I have been using for the lab purposes. So we have created 10 users. So all these users, different timings, students have created these all their own self-service network, their routers. So everything will be available here, all of these routers. And I have deleted all the instances because the machine is not taking too much load. So, but the routers and the network is still there. So this was an intro about the OpenStack. Now I just conclude and try to give you a little bit flavor about how we used it. Just I will conclude in few minutes. So let me share. Yes. Can you see this black screen? Let me change the font because so I'm still using this old Putty software. Many people they have stopped using this old software, but I use this Putty for the SSH. So this is a command line interface. So mostly, if any of you have experience working with the system admin, so they don't work on these sort of dashboards. They just do on all in command lines, and they run scripts and all these things. So this is a view of a command line. Suppose OpenStack server list. So there is no server on this admin, so you will not see anything. Now I show you the OpenStack server list on the demo user. So this is showing you all these two, this Fedora image and seed12 image, and we can create the URL from this you know, the web-based login you have been seeing. So I have created some shortcuts. This is not a command URL. This is a shortcut. So alias basically. So you see this complete URL, but I don't find the sharing whole screen option in Teams. So I have to stop and share again. Just last thing, I think browser. No, sorry. Okay, so I just conclude here, and I just add two. Sorry, I wanted to tell how we use. So suppose in my research, what I did, because this is a private cloud, so you have access to all virtual machines, and the virtual machines are launched on the cloud compute node. So this black screen you are seeing is for the cloud controller node, and I show you another screen which is for the compute node. So whatever virtual machines we have launched, we can see here as a process of this machine. I just run the Linux command top. Many of you might be familiar with this very common command for. So this is my cloud compute node, and you can see these two instances, Cameo instances. So these are the processes. So basically the virtual machine runs as a process. So what we try to do, we try to look into from this, there is a folder called /proc folder, which we can see using this PID, and we did the monitoring using this feature of Linux outside the virtual machine. I just say roughly, if you are interested, you can go and find my paper. It's called Cloud Proc Mon. It's open access or IEEE, available on IEEE access. Cloud Proc Mon, and just put my name, Hasan Jameel Sayyed, you will find that paper on Google. So that's it from my side. If any questions, I'm open for the questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Hassan, for a very detailed explanation as well as a demonstration. So, audience, the floor is yours. If you have any questions or queries for Dr. Hassan, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask the question. You can also type in, if you prefer to, in the chat window. And in case you don't have any question right now, you can always reach out to us at spinlab@spsnet.com if you have any questions and queries that you may have later on, and we can share those with Dr. Hassan also. We do have a round of introductions, especially with the new audience that we have in our 6 sessions. So I'll go over the audience list one by one that I see in my participants list in Teams interface, and I'll ask your name. If you would like to share with the rest of us about yourself and your interest in cloud technologies, please go ahead and unmute yourself and share with the audience. So the first I see we have Mr. Asad Ahmed Ansari. Sir, would you care to unmute?
Yes, am I audible?
G.
I don't have any questions, but the overall session was very good. It was very interactive. I was able to understand all the areas under the domain of OpenStack. So thank you everyone for arranging this session.
And where do you are you from a university or do you work?
Yes, I'm currently pursuing my master's from FAST, and previously I was working in Nust University R&D.
Okay, are you based out of Islamabad?
Not in Karachi, PNEC.
Okay. All right, thank you. Next we have Dr. Mudassar Aslam. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Sahab.
Assalamu alaikum.
Ji, welcome.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sahab. It was a very good presentation about OpenStack. I am Dr. Mudassir. I am working in FAST Islamabad और मेरा बैकग्राउंड क्लाउड सिक्योरिटी के अंदर है और बैक इन 2010 आई ट्राई टू डिप्लॉय माय फर्स्ट ओपन स्टैक क्लाउड. एट दैट टाइम ये बिल्कुल इमेच्योर सा था, बड़ा मुश्किल से किया था, बट इवेंचुअली इट वाज नीडेड फॉर माय पीएचडी रिसर्च. सो बाद में मैंने क्लाउड सिक्योरिटी के ऊपर काम किया और प्लेटफॉर्म सिक्योरिटी, क्लाउड एश्योरेंस, क्लाउड सर्टिफिकेशन के ऊपर मेरी रिसर्च थी. So that's brief introduction about myself and background. Thank you.
थैंक
Thank
यू
you,
सर.
Dr. Mudassir.
आपसे भी हम मुस्तफीज होंगे इंशाल्लाह फ्यूचर में.
जी
थैंक यू.
डॉक्टर साहब, श्योर श्योर. आपने रिसेंटली किया है, करंट हैं, वो तभी मेरा इंटरेस्ट था इसमें कि व्हाट चेंजेस हैव हैपेंड सिंस देन. तो बेसिक आर्किटेक्चर तो
काफी
जी
कुछ
जी
चेंज हो गया है सर, लेकिन बेसिक आर्किटेक्चर चेंज है, सेम है. मैं असल में मुझे आइडिया नहीं था कि किस लेवल के ऑडियंस हैं, तो मैंने कुछ बहुत ज्यादा डिटेल में नहीं किया हूँ.
नहीं बड़ा अच्छा
लेकिन
था.
सिक्योरिटी पे बहुत कुछ हो सकता है इसमें.
जी जी बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
इंशाल्लाह.
तो गुड. थैंक यू सर. थैंक यू.
For the audience, we may be having Dr. Mudassir with us in the cybersecurity SIG session. So keep checking your emails in one of the SIG sessions. Inshallah, we're hoping to have Dr. Mudassir share with you on the security aspects of cloud technologies. So next we have Faisal. Would you care to unmute yourself? We're going through a round of introductions. Ji, Faisal. Next we have after
I have one query, Hashim sir.
जी जी.
क्योंकि ऑडियंस इधर है क्लाउड की काफ़ी सारी, आई वुड लाइक टू नो कि किस किस्म की टॉक लोग ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टेड होंगे. आई हैव टू थिंग्स इन माई माइंड. एक है क्लाउड सिक्योरिटी पे अगर हम बात करें तो उसकी सारी डोमेन्स को मैं एक ओवरऑल एक टॉक दे दूं, उसमें थोड़ा सा इंट्रोडक्शन करा दूं कि क्लाउड सिक्योरिटी के अंदर कौन कौन सी इसकी ब्रेथ क्या है. डेप्थ में तो ऑफ कोर्स हम नहीं जा सकेंगे 30 मिनट्स में, लेकिन जो क्लाउड सिक्योरिटी अलायंस की एक गाइडेंस है, उसकी 14 डोमेन्स हैं, उनको मैं टच करता जाऊं और वो बता दूं, तो एक इंट्रोडक्शन हो जाएगा. एक तो ये इसका तरीका हो सकता है. दूसरा मेरे जहन में जो है विच इज़ पॉसिबल कि मैं अपनी जो रिसर्च है क्लाउड सिक्योरिटी की वो मैं शेयर कर लूँ. वो भी इंटरेस्टिंग है ऑफ कोर्स, लेकिन मे बी दैट इज़ रिसर्च, तो नॉलेज के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से उसमें ब्रेथ नहीं होगी, उसमें डेप्थ ऑफ दैट टॉपिक होगी, एंड दैट इज़ अबाउट क्लाउड सर्टिफिकेशन, ऑडिट एंड एश्योरेंस ऑफ क्लाउड सॉल्यूशन प्लेटफॉर्म्स. तो जैसे थोड़ी ऑडियंस मुझे कुछ फीडबैक देगी तो मैं अकॉर्डिंगली अपनी प्रेजेंटेशन को मोड करके नेक्स्ट टाइम में जब भी होती है इंशाल्लाह वो प्रेजेंट कर दूंगा.
So yes, absolutely. उसमें जो दो एरियाज आपने बताए, एक तो क्लाउड सिक्योरिटी अलायंस का एंड योर रिसर्च वर्क. Yes, both can be shared in this session. However, इसमें we do have to account for the availability of time as well as the audience that is unique to each session. So part of it is unpredictable, but part of it can be predicted, so to prepare better. The audience is from academia, and in fact, if anybody who is here right now with us would like to share about cybersecurity in cloud, what sort of topics they would want to be presented in cybersecurity, so you're welcome to share right now also. But in any case, I'll be in touch with Dr. Mudassir और वो हम उसको define करेंगे कि हम क्या कितने बेहतर तरीके से कर सकते हैं in the cybersecurity SIG session.
Dr. Saab, this is Hashmat. I'm really looking forward to your session. By the way, Hassan Jamil Saab, thank you for a great session. I thought you did a fabulous job, and you taught me some stuff that I knew very superficially. So thank you for sharing. Mudassir, I would love to see a 75-25 split, ताकि आप audience को एक broad based framework दे दें जिसमें कि the audience can flesh it out with then more in depth study themselves. But I think given that we have academia and students, so research is always important. So we'd love to hear about your specific area of focus there. I hope that
Sure.
helps.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashmat Saab. Thank you.
Most welcome.
We have Dr. Uzma with us. Ji. Dr. Uzma, would you care to introduce yourself? We're going through a round of introductions and share your interest in cloud. Next we have Mohammed Rahim Shah.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Ji, walaikum.
I am actually a student in FAST University Karachi, and I am a former student of Sir Dr. Hassan Jamil. I just came to see how the session was, and I was thinking that is there any chance of getting some information about data warehouses and data pipeline services? I mean to say, cloud-based data warehouses like Snowflake, Redshift, BigQuery. अगर ये जो डेटा साइंस के काम के लिए अगर हम यूज करें क्लाउड को, तो उसके बारे में अगर एक सेशन हो जाए तो वो बेहतर होगा.
Sure. So, Dr. Hassan Jamil, would you like to take this question? And I mean a brief answer for now, but we can have a detailed session, जैसे Rahim कह रहे हैं, in one of the next 6 sessions.
I think we can have another session. To be honest, I'm not specialized in this, but I remember the one of the sessions. I don't remember the name of because they did session on AWS, so they might.
Dr. Awais from Fast
Dr.
Law.
Awais जी फास्ट लाहौर से थे, वो शायद इसको टेक कर सकते हो, या आपके अपने लोग जो कि IBM क्लाउड से रिलेटेड जो टीम है उनमें से भी कुछ अहमद अहमद जाफर शायद इसका कुछ आंसर कर सकते हैं. मेरे ख्याल वो लोग भी अरेंज कर सकते हैं.
बिल्कुल, मैं चेक करता हूँ. मैं आई हैव इट नोटेड डाउन रहीम साहब, एंड in the list of proposed topics for coming 6. So if you see sufficient interest, so inshallah, why not, we'll have the session on the data warehouses or databases as far as the cloud technologies are concerned. So thank you everyone for joining. If there are no other comments or questions, we can close this session. All right. Thank you everyone. Have a very good evening and Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Walaikum assalam. Allah Hafiz.
Ji, Allah Hafiz.